Hello everybody, it's Numerologist Michelle Buchanan with your numerology forecast for August. And I hope that you're doing well. It's such an unusual time and time is speeding up. It seems like only the other day it was Happy New Year. I have a really important announcement to make for those who aren't already aware. My best-selling Numerology Guidance Oracle Cards are now available as an app. And that's a one-off fee to have those cards as an app on your phone or device so you can give readings to yourself and others from anywhere you are, on the go, anywhere, anytime. You can even, and there's many different types of readings, and so you just choose the type you want and then you select your cards by swiping, and what happens is the description of the card is right there as well, and you don't have to carry the guidebook or the physical cards around anywhere with you. But the cool things that this app does is, one thing is you can do a reading and you can save it and name it and date it so that you can move forward in time and go back and bring it up and see how accurate it was for you. You can actually monitor it. Another thing that it lets you do is be able to give a reading to somebody else and email it to them. You know, let's say you've got a friend, they're a bit down, or someone, you're like, I want to draw them a card and see what it says. And then you can email them this beautiful message. And they want, as a special surprise. Everybody loves to get a reading. Everybody loves to have things, things sent to them for free, especially when they don't expect it. That's what I love. I love the email it to somebody else little feature. But anyway, what I did was to celebrate the app, which you can get on, Apple and Android. And what I did was I had a competition, as most of you will know, that get my newsletter. As I said, look, tell me how many Oracle cards are in the pack, which is 44, and you go in the draw to win one of 2 free apps. So I'm here to announce I got so many hundreds of entries, and thank you so much to everybody that was interested enough in this app that they would want to put an entry through. I really appreciate your interest, and I really appreciate your support of my work. All these, for some of you have supported my work for so many years, and I want to thank you. And I want to support everyone that went, say thank you to everyone that went out their way to reply to the email, to find the answer and then put an entry in. So that means a lot to me, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. I wish I owned the app fully and had, I would give every entry a free app, but I don't. So anyway, I've got 2 winners here, and I want to tell you who they are. So the first one is Nikki Tasker. She's in New Zealand. There you go, Nikki. You should hopefully know by now that you've won. And Lee Madeley in South Africa. Lee Madeley in South Africa. So congratulations to Nikki and Lee. Thanks, guys. I'm sure you'll enjoy your app. Make sure that one of your very first readings is for me. So email me what you get. All right, for everybody else, I want to let you know I'm running another competition. Whoever has already purchased the app and already has it, if you do a screenshot of it and send it to me, or something, it might be an email or a confirmation of purchase so you can prove that you've got it, you're going to go in the draw to win a free $200 or $200 1-hour reading with me. So I'm going to give 2 of those away, and we'll get you in, we'll book you in, whoever the winner is. I'm going to run it for this month, and I'm going to announce it in September. So we've got it running for a month for the word to get out, because some people don't know what's going on till halfway, ages away, and then they've missed out. So I'm going to run this for the whole of August. And that's 2 people are going to want a whole 1-hour reading with me, valued at $200 for people outside New Zealand, or $200 New Zealand for people within New Zealand. All right. So just send me confirmation of the app, and you go in the draw to win that reading. So, and I'm going to run some more competitions this year as well, giveaways and things like that. So stay posted. Keep listening to the introduction of the newsletters. Keep listening and keeping in touch with me in the newsletter. If you're not already on my newsletter, just go to my website, michellebuchanan.co.nz. There's a subscribe button right at the top. That's a subscribe to your free monthly forecast newsletter. And that's what you get. But every now and again, I'll do some special offers, and you're not going to hear about them unless you're in that newsletter. So sign up if you haven't already. All right, now let's take a look at August and the forecast for August, bearing in mind 2022 is that 6th universal year number, which is comprised of 3 number 2s. So what's the number 2? It's asking us to be patient. It's asking us to be more understanding of circumstances, more understanding of other people, more able to be able to see something from another person's point of view, or the ability to see your life circumstances or situations from the bigger picture, not just the immediate, what's in it for me, why is this not working out for me? Sort of expand it out to more of a universal, a more higher awareness, broader understanding of the bigger picture of what's going on around you. A deeper and a better, broader understanding of yourself and being kinder to yourself. The two energy is asking us to soften, to just soften and to just go, look, it is what it is, or we are, they are who they are. Everyone's trying their best, as messed up as many people can be, but it's a crazy time. It's a crazy world. We have to soften the way we see things, soften the way we judge other people, soften the way that we judge ourselves. And that's what the two, is asking us to do. It's also asking us to follow our intuition. Things aren't always what they seem because you've read it somewhere, or someone that's a so-called expert has told you that. Trust your instincts. Does that feel right from within? And the more personal development work you do on yourself, the more you love yourself, the more balanced you are as a person, the more healthier you are in your mind, more positive and optimistic. The higher your vibration, the more, balanced you are as a human being, the more work you've done on yourself, the more self-aware you are, and the broader your perspective of life and the universe, the more accurate your intuitive guidance is. I know people that will do so many psychic development workshops because they want to be intuitive, or they want to get more psychic, or mediumship, or whatever it might be, to expand that intuitive ability, doing all these workshops. And it's like, dude, you don't need to do that many if you just sort of got the basics of how it works, and then spent the rest of the majority of your time working on your self-confidence, working on being a better person, working on your self-awareness, which is numerology is the ultimate tool for that. Figuring out who you are, why you're here, what your life lessons are, how they show up in your life, what your triggers are, what your patterns are, what your limiting beliefs are, how you treat other people, how you see the world, how you perceive things. Work on all that stuff. And before you know it, you sharpen your pencil in that area, and you get sorted out and developed in that area. Your intuition is going to be insane. You're going to be downloading hits from clear cognizance, left, right, and center. And you'll just know, everything, it'll spark everything off. It's amazing. So many people don't realize that, and they don't know that, or they just can't be bothered because it's too much work. Personal development, oh God, that's a pain. That's too much work. A lot of people think, they're like, I'm spiritual. I believe in angels. I like crystals, and I believe in the life after death, and the law of attraction sounds awesome, but they will not do any self-work because that's hard. But it's like I say, all that, knowing that angels exist, knowing in the ascended masters, knowing the power of crystals, and all these beautiful tools we have at our fingertips to assist us in our life is such a powerful, magical, amazing, modalities and gifts we've been given to help us on this journey. And that's the glorious part. That's the magical, mystical, exciting bit of all of this journey. But the real work is in the personal development and the self-improvement. That's the real big kahuna there. If you can master that, then trust me, that's one of the best things you could ever do for your own self and improving your quality of life. So we're in the 6th year, and the 6th year is actually saying, open yourself up to be there for others. All right? Whether that's family, whether that's your friends, whether it's your community, whether it's just being on standby in case something should come up and you're needed to be that shoulder to cry on. It's also about finding your tribe. It's about expanding out and belonging in a sort of a group of like mind, communities. It doesn't have to be a big group, but it's about reaching out and connecting with other people of like mind and contributing to the whole. What is in one is in the whole. We are all connected after all. And the more that we do, the more that we put out, the more that goes out to everybody else, and the more that comes back to us, because it's just one great big energetic, pulsating, collective consciousness that we are a part of, but we're part of the whole. And it's amazing when you realize how this all works. So that's the 6 year we're in, but as you guys all know, you have your own individual personal year number that's individual to you within that 6 universal year number for 2022. So I'm going to do the calculation now for you to calculate your personal year number for those who don't already know it. We do this by adding the day and month of your birth date to number 6. The day and month of your birth date, we're going to add that to number 6. Why number 6? Because 2022 is a 6. All right, now we're going to get your day and month of your birth date and add that to 6. So let's say we'll use the birth date example, 28th of March. All right, 28th of March. And then we're going to add that to 6. So we would go 2 plus 8 plus 3 for March plus 6. You know, and that adds up to 19. Now, the next rule of thumb is if you end up with any double-digit numbers, like in the example 19, for example, keep adding those double numbers together until you get a single number between 1 and 9. So in the example 19, we add the 1 to the 9. 1 plus 9 is 10. Oh, still got a double number there. 10 is a double number. Keep adding double numbers together, remember, to get a single number between 1 and 9. So that 10 is 1 plus 0, and that's a 1. So one more time, add the day and month of your birth date to 6. Keep adding any double numbers together until you eventually get a single digit between 1 and 9, and that single digit is your personal year number for the whole year. And you keep that personal year number for the whole year, but each month we have a different personal month number. And that's the forecast that I do each month. What I'm doing is I'm giving you some intel, some info on the month in combination with the year that you're in. And it's really important information to know, because it's great to be aware of what energies are going on around you and how they may show up. So you can be proactive and surf that wave and stay on the wave and have a really good ride, as opposed to get slam dunked under the big waves and you can't breathe, you can't see, you didn't see it coming, you're freaking out. We don't want that. We want you to be as empowered and as confident and as proactive as possible. So with that being said, let's begin with personal year number 1. So you guys are in a 1 year, and that 1 year is about new beginnings. All right, so the whole year for you, and it depends on your birthday, especially if your birthday's from in the second half of the year, then this will start to become more apparent. And the 1 year is about new beginnings, new way of thinking, a new way of seeing the world, new opportunities. Now, some people, it'll be really big and obvious, like how could I not see that this is a new beginning? It's so huge. And then other people, it's like, nah, just sort of minor, like everything's the same, and same home, same job, same friends, same family, same everyday stuff. But it might be you've been given an opportunity to see yourself and your life through a whole new perspective. So the circumstances in your physical world are the same, but it's about what's going on with you energetically. And you're ready to go to a higher frequency now with the way that you see yourself, the way you see life, the way you perceive things. You're ready for a higher level of awareness of what's going on. Other people, it's not so, dramatic and everything. It can be something very simple. Oh, I'm starting a whole new line of work now. I'm working at a whole new company, or I've now decided to stop eating sugar and cut out caffeine, or cut down on the drinking. Everyone's different. But that's your year, okay? The year is 1, it's saying go in a new direction, break away from the pack, don't be afraid to walk a path less traveled, be independent, be individual, be confident, go out there, take the world by storm. Well, the month that you're in for August is a 9 month. And that's because we add the 8 for August to the 1 year that you're in, and that's how we get the 9 month. And so that 9 month for August for you is endings, completion, and transformation energy. So that means, yes, you're in a year of new beginnings, but this month of August is giving you an opportunity to fine-tune some details, or to work through something that's still sort of incomplete, or to just get clear about what you don't want to carry around or be or do as you move fully into this this 1 year, especially from October on. And so it's almost like, hey, let's go back a bit and let's just regroup and see where we need to sharpen up a bit. What are we still carrying around? What's incomplete? What's still hanging? And this will appear in many different ways, and everyone's lives are different. So there are many different things that can happen to a person in this combination of numbers. You might have one person that's got unfinished business, or someone that they need to have a conversation to clear the air, or to have their say about a situation that they feel they can't quite walk away from, or they can't quite file away yet until they've expressed themselves. Then you can have somebody else that's whole new, different. They are starting a whole new relationship and met someone. They're moving on to new pastures or a new job. But there's a few loose ends that need to be tied up in the old job or the old relationship, where it's, oh, I've still got these old things. I better drop them off or post them out. Or I better sort of, say goodbye. And now that they've had time to think, it's a good time to have that conversation or flick that email through. Everyone's different. Everyone's circumstances are different, but this month is asking you to take a look and just regroup and have a look at and evaluate what's going well, what's not going well, why is it not going well, what do you need to leave behind, what do you need to change within yourself to improve the situation. Is it your inability to forgive something, and because you can't forgive it or even accept that something's happened, you can't fully move forward into new opportunities that are awaiting you because you're still holding on in the blame and the poverty consciousness or the victimization or the victim mentality of that should never have happened and that's not fair and I can't believe that happened. The sooner you can accept that, embrace it, see it as a life experience and a life lesson, and that's not going to deter you on your path. You're moving forward. You're moving on to better, bigger things. And you make peace with that, what that is or what that was, or the past or the present that's not too cool. You make peace with that, you're going to get to where you want to be and what's better sooner. That's as simple as that. Not doing that, not forgiving, not accepting, just keeps you locked in that space and manifesting more of the same because you're in that frequency, and now frequencies are magnetic. So you're just attracting more of the same to you. So, you choose how you want to play it out, but it's a really cool opportunity to sort of just fine tune, tie up some loose ends, and then you're all guns blazing again in October. So I'll leave that with you. Personal year number 2. You guys are in a year, I'm not going to lie, I've had more people for readings in the last couple of months, especially July. It was almost like 80% of the readings I did all of July people were in a 2-year. And it's interesting because they were in people in a 2-year were in a month of out with the old, in with the new, endings, completion and transformation for July. So a lot of things came to a head and a lot of people felt the need for a reading. And plus I had a half price special too. So that's why as well. But everyone I did, so many people were in a 2-year. So the 2-year is a year that you really need to understand if you're in it. It amplifies the emotions. So if you're feeling a bit blah, a bit bored, a bit sort of lazy, a bit melancholy, a bit down, it's going to amplify that. So I want you to not think that this is the new you. Now you are this downer, flat, bored person. No, you're just in a 2 cycle. I love telling people that when they have a reading. Don't worry, this isn't the new you. You're just in a 2-year. And then you can have someone else in a 2-year, and oh my God, it's the best year ever. They're just loving life. Everything's good because they're in a great space and they're on fire, and the universe is just magnetizing that and sending them more of the same. And so they're in a high vibe. And because the 2 amplifies the emotions, they just get more of the good stuff. And then you've got, other people, they've just got stuff they need to work on. And when we've got stuff to work on, which is all of us all the time, right, pretty much, the 2 is asking you this year to get in touch with your emotions and what you really think and feel. And maybe, looking at some repressed emotions or digging deep so that you can become more aware of how you feel, of what you're carrying around, so that it can be released, so it can be acknowledged, understood, and then it can be released. And then when it's released, boom, gone. Yay, not carrying that vibration around anymore. Now I'm free to go to a higher frequency. See how it works? The 2-year is also asking you to be really patient. Slow and steady wins the race. You try and force things to happen before their time in a 2-year. That is going against the grain of the natural frequency, and it might just turn to shit. You don't want that. You want things to flow. So when you're in a 2 cycle, you have to go with the flow. Don't push the flow. Don't force your flow on the flow. Does that make sense? Fortunately for you guys though, good thing is for August, you're in a 1 month of new beginnings, fresh energy, and the green light move forward. So it is a month where you can take action and you can move forward with things. Just it's more about being in sync with how they unfold rather than you forcing your will on how they should unfold. Be in that let go, let God kind of space where you're flowing, you're fluid. You're not like rigid and controlling. You're like, yeah, I'm going to make this move and see what unfolds, and whatever unfolds is how it's meant to be. And the higher your vibration, the more intuitive your guidance will be. So therefore, the more clearer the advice will be and the steps you need to take will be. And the 2-year is also about relationships. Some people will be deeply in love. Some people will meet new people. Some people have relationship issues, especially ones if they've been brewing beneath the surface to be resolved. If there's relationship issues that have been brewing beneath the surface to be resolved, they will come to a head this year. So be aware of that. Great time for self-love, for focusing on yourself. Also this month, for getting to know yourself, getting deeper within yourself, understanding what makes you happy, what makes you unhappy. Whatever needs to be done, whatever needs to be started, new beginnings, new opportunities, take them. Take action, be independent, be self-motivated, be self-sufficient, be okay with being different, walk a path less traveled, start something new, be brave, be courageous. That's what this energy is all about for you this month. So I leave that with you and I wish you the very best. And I'll move on now to personal year number 3. So you guys are in a year where communication is really important and you expressing yourself is really important. And it's okay, you don't have to express yourself face to face, and you don't have to express yourself to someone directly, through email or through conversation, or you can write things down in a journal. You can express yourself by singing the lyrics of one of your, crazy song that represents exactly what you're going through. Find a song that that you like singing, and it's the same lyrics or storyline of what you're going through yourself, and sing your heart out in the shower, in the car where no one's listening, out on a walk where there's no one around if you need to, or at home in your bedroom with the doors shut. That's a really powerful way to express yourself, especially if it's emotional. Okay, so self-expression and communication doesn't have to be directly with another person. If you're into journaling, and if you want to write a letter and have your say to someone that maybe you've no way of getting in touch with, or you just don't want to communicate with them directly yet, you can write down all your thoughts and feelings that you would say to them, because they will receive it on an energetic level, and then burn the letter, or because that's been it's out now. It's past, let's let it go, let's just destroy it, and because the energy is still always there, but you've expressed it and you've made your peace and you've got it out, and now you can let things lie, and it's okay if you're not able to do that directly face to face with someone at this stage, but it is important that you get out whatever's going on. This is a year for you to have more fun. Okay, whatever feels good, it's really important to raise that positive, optimistic, see the glass half full, joyful, childlike, playful, holiday mode vibe. Make time for fun. It's not a joke. This is huge. This is so huge. And people think in this physical material world, fun, that's something I do at the end when all the effort and hard work and boring stuff's done that I have to do. But here's the thing. If you can bring some more joy and happiness and laughter or enjoyment into your life in some way, that is the key to everything else in your physical material world. That's the thing. People don't get that. They're like, I'll do all the hard work, and then if there's anything left over, then I might allow myself some fun. But there's no time for fun when the work needs to get done first. But if you can have a fun and do the work in a fun way, that's, killing two birds with one stone. But it's like, if you realize the importance of being joyful and happiness and having a bit of fun, then that actually influences and affects what you attract in the physical material world. You know, it's very important. It cannot be underestimated. And this year is teaching you that. So this year may first of all amplify what makes you unhappy. And in that ability to see that, it will show you what makes you happy, so you can make some changes. And you know, be more social. Get out there, be a mover and shaker, especially for people that aren't, you know, very socially inclined. It's a bit weird in these strange COVID times where everyone, especially in New Zealand, it's, you know, a bit concerning with people there. So people aren't as social as they normally are in some cities in the country and parts of the world, but that's okay. You know, you can find ways to reach out. It can be online, it can be joining groups online. You know, there are other ways to connect with people. It doesn't have to be physically. Now, for you guys, for August, you are in a month of 2, and that means that you are, you know, first of all, it's an 11-2, and that means that you really want to be aware of any desires that you have to learn or study or be drawn to anything spiritual, anything mind, body, spirit, whether it's meditation, whether it's wanting to investigate more about life after death, whether it's, oh, I wonder what crystals are about and do they really work, or it doesn't matter, or even your own personal development, your self-awareness, because this is a very high-powered month. It is asking you to uncover the secrets and mysteries of the universe, to get more self-aware, to get more connected with your spiritual side, because in doing so, you can really amplify your growth. You can really amplify your connection if you are aware of yourself being a spiritual being and you want to expand on that. You want to amplify that. This is a powerful month to do that. At the very least, you're going to be more sensitive. At the very least, you're going to be more intuitive. But the accuracy of your intuitiveness, or the accuracy of your intuitive guidance or your intuition, is determined on the filter that it comes down through. And that filter is in your mind, how you perceive things, how you perceive yourself. If you're paranoid and think the world's against you, how are you going to interpret intuitive guidance? You're going to interpret it through a paranoid, fearful filter, and it won't be accurate. That's why our personal growth is so important when it comes to intuitive guidance. Great time for people that are single to reach out in the hopes of meeting someone. It's a great time for people to get closer to other people, especially in existing relationships. And it's also a time where people with relationship issues that have been brewing beneath the surface may rise to be resolved this month. So be aware of that. If there's things that need to be worked out, don't sweep them under the carpet. You know, work on them. All right, so I'll leave that with you, and I'll go now to personal year number 4. So you guys are in a year where it's about working on things behind the scenes. You know, it's about you building a strong foundation around you, within you, physically. So getting your body and your health to a good standard, building a solid, healthy foundation physically, building a solid foundation financially for some people. That their health is fine, but they need to work on balancing their finances out and building that up. Others, it's career. Others, it's relationships. Oh, I've got to create more stable relationships. And also in other people, it's I've got to create a more stable relationship within myself. Oh my God, I throw myself under the bus. I put myself in terrible situations. I have no self-care regime, and I treat my body like crap. You know, everyone's different. You know, other people, it's I need to work on building more stronger emotional foundation, because I'm an emotional wreck, and I know that I take things way too overboard and too to heart. I need to strengthen my emotions and stabilize myself. So everyone's different how this 4-year plays out for different people. Some people, it's I literally need a solid foundation in my house, so I am doing some renovating and building a stronger foundation, or, you know, all of that kind of thing. Either way, whatever your story is and what's going on for you in this 4-year, it is a year of slow and steady wins the race, chipping away one step at a time. You have to be patient, and you have to be consistent, and you have to be disciplined. It is a 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of vibe. So it can feel like you're putting all this effort in and not getting as far as you would any other year. And it can actually be that way. But it does pay off in the end, so keep chipping away. Cross your T's, dot your I's. Be focused. Don't try and take the easy way out. Don't be dodgy. Don't do anything shady, because it is a vibration of honesty and integrity as well. Now, for the month of August for you guys, this is a month of 3. You guys are about, let's get out and about. I've got to express myself. I've got to say what I'm thinking. I've got to get it out, I've got to literally get out of the house. So it's about being a little bit more social, being a bit more reaching out and connecting out with others, especially like mind, especially finding a community or your tribe. It's about having more fun, especially in this 4 year, because a 4 year can be quite hard work. So now you've been given a breath of fresh air. This is a 3 month. Anything can happen, and it usually does. It might be quite a fast-paced moving vibration month for you. It might be where anything can happen, and it usually does. And so you might sort of be, I'm over here, I'm over there, easily distracted, unexpected events. So don't have your plans too set in stone, so that you are flexible and adaptable for whatever comes up when it comes up. Have as much fun, connect with people, be joyful, be childlike, find what makes you happy in life and do more of that. And it's also a month to really communicate what you're really thinking and feeling, having heart-to-heart conversations, getting things off your chest. Make sure that you clarify the details in all communication and correspondence, and just see the world through the eyes of love. Like, be childlike. Go back to the simple things in life that make you happy, and try and make some space for whatever makes you feel good, because that is huge in terms of attracting better things in your life, in terms of attracting better health, is finding what's good and what's right, and celebrating the joy in life, and doing more things to feel good deliberately. So I wish you the very best. This can be a really fun month, and it can be a real fast-paced moving month. So be organized, be structured, and I cannot stress enough, have more fun. All right, so I'll leave that with you. Personal year number 5. You guys are in a year of change, so progress, moving forward. Things are starting to take shape now. Things are moving forward, moving quite fast forward quite rapidly for some people. Some people are going through change that they didn't see coming, unexpected change, things from left field. The 5 year is in the middle of a 1 year of new beginnings, and the 9 year of endings. It's in the middle. So it's, hey, we're in the middle of a 9 year cycle. Let's shake things up and change the playing field. So that's why it's really important that you go with the flow. Everyone's life is different. Some people it's going to be something minor, just a bleep in the system. They didn't even notice it. Other people, it can be something really big, really dynamic. Wow, and that can be something exciting. Wow, I didn't see that coming. That's a miracle. That's amazing. That's how I choose to see it whenever I'm in a 5 year or a 5 month, whenever I'm in a 5 cycle, no matter what it is, whether it's a day, month, year. The first thing I'm saying is, oh my God, make way for some miracles, because anything can happen, and it usually does. And so I'm excited. I'm like amped up. I'm like, bring it on. What's it going to be? What exciting thing is going to happen this morning? And I see the world through those eyes. And that's what you should do when you're in that 5 vibration. It's like, man, anything can happen, and it usually does. How's this going to unfold? How exciting. And you just, you take the knocks and the challenges and the downs, on the chin, and you just keep plowing through, because nothing's going to take your happiness away from you. Nothing's going to take that away. And so if there are changes that you need to make in your life, be proactive, make them. Don't sit on the fence. Don't procrastinate. Don't do nothing and freeze and do nothing out of, better the devil I better just stay here because at least I know what I'm dealing with. No, this is about you breaking free. The key word to freedom, 5, is freedom. Freedom, free from my own restraints of my own fears, free from the shackles of these bullshit beliefs that I thought were real and true, that have carried me along my whole life, and they're not even real. Free from worry, free from fear, free from whatever freedom represents for you. 5 is freedom, and that's what this year is asking you to be to get on top of that. What makes you feel that you don't have freedom? How can you change that? Financial freedom for some people. Everyone's life is different, but for the month of August, you're in a 4 month, which is a time to slow down a bit. So this month is asking you to get organized, all right? It may seem boring, and yet sometimes it actually is, but it is necessary. It's very necessary in terms of stabilizing things, stabilizing yourself, stabilizing your health, stabilizing your mental, your mind, your emotions, your own, all that you are, stabilizing and solidifying and balancing out. You know, it's about doing whatever needs to be done to get yourself and your life and the circumstances around you where they need to be or where you want them to be so that you can be happier. Some people, it might mean getting their finances in order, stabilizing themselves financially so they can feel happier and more content. Other people, it's health. What do I need to do to get my health back in line? Oh, well, I better stop drinking all that alcohol, or I better stop eating all that sugar, or I better actually do some exercise. Other people, it might be, oh my goodness, how am I going to stabilize, my career? Well, what changes need to be made then? What changes need to be made in your career that you're not making, and now you're wondering why things are unstable? You see, that's how these things work out. So it's this month, it's saying, do some evaluation. Have a look and see what could do with some stabilizing, some working on the fine details, some fine tuning. Cross your T's, dot your I's, get everything done behind the scenes and put the effort in. So it's about being consistent. It's about being disciplined. It's about doing what needs to be done and taking action rather than being lazy and procrastinating and saying, oh, I'm not going to do that, or I can't be bothered, or I'll take the easy way out. Definitely not a combination of numbers to take the easy way out. Trust me, you will suffer for it if you take that road. This is the road of put the effort in and your rewards will come further down the line. Get off your ass and do the work. That's what that one is. And there are real benefits if you actually do that, walk that path. So I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 6. You guys are in a year that is always going to be in alignment with the universal year for your whole life. So you get a double dose of whatever that is. And as you would have heard me say throughout the year with these forecasts, and whenever I talk about 2022, the 6 vibration. So the 6 is about being of service. The 6 is about learning that it's not all about us. The 6 is about learning what role did I play in these events and taking responsibility for yourself, for your actions, for your words, for your perceptions, for your worries, for your fears, for how you see the world, taking responsibility for that. And it's about you doing what you can to be more understanding of other people, more understanding of situations that you find yourself in so that you're not so victimized, seeing the bigger picture, being able to see things from another person's point of view or other people's point of view that may be different from your own, but is still their point of view and is still worthy of at least acknowledging, because it's not all about you. It's not all about us. It's about all of us. It's about the whole. And so the 6 will take you places where you might have to sort of be, giving more than you're receiving, or, learning how to be there, to be that shoulder to cry on, or how to contribute to the community or the family, or just all of that. Great combination, a great number for people that are working in a service-based industry. You might find yourself kind of busy. And it's a great year for you to work on yourself, your own self, defining your limits and boundaries, your self-care and your self-boundaries, so that you can self-discipline in terms of what you will and will not allow in your life. So how you will allow yourself to be treated and how you will not allow yourself to be treated certain ways. So it's all of that kind of thing too, to do with self-care and boundaries and limits with other people. And for the month of August, it's a really dynamic month for you. You're in a 5-month of change where anything can happen, and it usually does. Now, remember, the 6-year relationship issues that have been brewing beneath the surface may rise to be resolved, and you are in a 5-month, which means, hey, something unexpected could happen, especially in forms of communications and events that happen, and you can make it really magical by saying, I choose to believe that there's exciting things coming this month. I wonder what they are. Oh, how exciting. Every day I wake up this month of August something amazing could happen to me today. I wonder what it's going to be and how it's going to show up. And you don't just expect the universe to carry all the load, all the heavy lifting and do it all for you. You play your part, and how you play your part is how you feel about yourself, about seeing the glass half full, about choosing to be optimistic, about, doing things to feel happy and expressing that, as well as being grateful for what's good and recognizing what's good in your life, recognizing what's good out there in the world, and focusing only on that, and turning a blind eye to what's shit, what's wrong, and what's dodgy and what's bad, and turning a blind eye to the past, unless you need to go to the past just to evaluate and do some sort of evaluation of how things worked out, and so that you can learn from that experience. And that's how the past can be used in a positive tense. But it's when you're going back to it and it's that whole poor me, and playing that same storyline over and over again, that it's not beneficial to you. But anyway, this month of August is saying freedom. Be free. Do what makes you feel like you're free, whether that means that you are going to be free from the worries and fears you've carried around about something, whether that means that you're going to take a little time out, take a sick day from work or a mental health day, or do something adventurous you've never done before. This is about putting revitalizing yourself and putting a kick in your step and doing things differently and learning new things or meeting new people or doing something different, new experiences. It's about you communicating who you are, what you think, and being a mover and shaker and making yourself known. It's a promotion and activity, especially if there's an adventure that needs to be had. An adventure can be something really small, like, oh my God, I'm going to go and get something totally different for lunch today, or I'm going to make a totally different meal we've never cooked before and it's going to be so random. Or whether that is, I'm actually going to go on a roadie. I'm going to go on a road trip for an adventure one weekend. Everyone's different. Everyone's circumstances are different. But find a way to find some adventure in your life for the month of August. All right, let's go to personal year number 7 now. You guys are in a year where, it's go within, let go and let God. It's about getting closer to your spiritual side. It's really important. Like, I cannot underestimate how important this is. I cannot stress enough how important this is, and it cannot be underestimated. Because the more work that you do on yourself and your personal development and your spiritual development, and you're solidifying your relationship to source energy and whatever it is you believe spiritually this year, it's going to help you. It's like investing in yourself, especially investing in yourself for next year, in the 8th year of manifestation, where things can really start to come to creation and fruition in your life next year. And it's like, that's why the universe put the 7 year before the 8, so that we could really do that work and really go within and do the hard yards, so that we can really reap the benefits next year. So, spend some quiet time alone. It's only in the quiet solitude of alone time, away from the hustle and bustle, away from devices, away from distractions, that you can hear the voice of your soul. How on earth are you supposed to hear the voice of your soul when all you're doing is running around over here, over there, radio playing, music playing, talking to people, doing this, doing that, never sitting still? It's in the stillness that the answers come. It's in the stillness that you find your highest connection. It's in the silence that all of the information flows. It's beautiful. I spend so much time when I'm not working and having to do the things that I have to do as a mum and in my life, for the house and the home and the business and everything. I'm just in silence the rest of the time. I very rarely go out, and I very rarely am social. I just need that quiet time. It's my haven. I love it. So with that being said, you guys, for August, you are in a 6 month, and that is about family, relationship issues, being there to help out whoever needs a hand. It's about you working on relationship issues that might brew beneath the surface, or things that come up. And this could be relationship issues with anyone. Work colleagues, a client, a neighbor, a child, a family member, a partner. Working through those issues and being as understanding as you can, and being able to see things from their point of view. It's not just about you. It's not just about us. It's about the others as well, and the bigger picture of things. It's about being more understanding. It's about being comforting, being that motherly, nurturing vibration. It's also about working on your self-care, making sure that you are nurturing yourself, you are listening to your own needs and what you need to be happy, healthy, and safe. It's also about you working on your self-confidence and your level of self-love and self-trust. So do that work. It will really be of benefit to you, especially in this 7-year. And so, yeah, I'll leave that with you. And I'll move on now to personal year number 8. You guys are in a year of really important time of manifestation where you attract what you believe, where what you put out, you get back, where you are learning all about self-empowerment and how important you actually are in the things that happen to you, and how powerful you are as a spiritually powerful creative being. Your thoughts, and our words and our emotions are extremely magnetic, extremely creative. And this year of 8, it's about really getting on to realizing that, and realizing that the only thing between you and something better, whether that something better is a solution to a problem, an opportunity, a positive outcome to a situation, or something physical you're trying to attract, the only thing in between you and now and that are all of the blocks and all of the distractions and all of the limiting beliefs and programming that lies in between where you are now and where you want to be and what you want. It's about removing all those layers off the top, because it's all there. It's all there. And the more you understand the universe and the nature of the universe, and the more you understand yourself as a creative being, and you understand the power of energy, thoughts, emotions, words, and use those to your advantage. And you understand this by understanding the intricate details of the law of attraction, which is why I always talk about Sandra Ann Taylor's book, Quantum Success. The more you understand that, the more you can really utilize this 8-year that you're in, because it's the most powerful manifestation number of all. So know that. Great year for you to be working on your finances, getting in balance. Number 8, as above, so below, balancing out 2 circles on top of each other, balancing the material and the spiritual worlds, being balanced and harmonious within your own self. All of these things are important for you to get your head around and ironed out this year. Balancing your finances, taking care of legal matters, working on your fears, being self-empowered, not allowing yourself to be disempowered, whether you're disempowered by another overpowering person or you're disempowered by your own worries and thoughts and fears. So anyway, the month of August, you're in a 7 month, and that is about you going within to get closer to God, to get closer to your spiritual side, your mind, body, spirit, going within, time in nature, discovering meditation, connecting to your spiritual side, reading, learning, developing, prayer, yoga, breath work, healthy eating, taking care of your health, walking, exercising, time in nature, time alone in silence so you can hear the voice of your soul calling you and what your body and what you need, what your soul needs from you, so you can feel happy, complete, and content. If you've got problems, if you've got issues, if you've got stuff going on, when you're silent and in alone time, that's when your answers can filter through your subconscious, through your intuition, the gut instinct, the just aha moments, the, oh my goodness, I just had a thought. I never thought of that before. That stuff can't happen when you're running around distracted 24/7. If you're always busy, if you're always talking, if you're always listening to music or things all the time and you've not got any silence or alone time, it's just, sometimes it just takes longer. If you want to fast track the answers coming, the intuitive guidance, the being in the right place at the right time, the being in the synchronicity with life, then you want to spend that time alone in silence so that it can come to you without the distractions. So anyway, time in nature, taking care of your personal health as well as your spiritual development, and health and well-being for month of August for you. I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 9. You guys are in a year of out with the old to make way for the new, It is the year of transformation. Moving from the chrysalis to the butterfly. The big aha moments are happening. The big, wow, my life is changing. Some people it will be very dramatic, intense, and very obvious. Other people, just a bleep in the system. You may not even really have noticed it that much. But we've still got 5 more months, August, September, October, November, 5 more months to go of this energy that actually is more dominant around your birthday, but it's still there in all the matters all the while anyway. And this is about you really doing a life review, looking at how far you've come. Celebrate your success in terms of, gee, I used to be like that 9 years ago, now look at me. Oh, I never would have thought this was possible for me 9 years ago or 5 years ago, but look at me now. Celebrate your successes. Focus on how far you've come, not how far you still have to go. Believe in yourself. Acknowledge yourself and all your hard work. Let the past go. Forgive. Accept what's happened or what happened. Accept it. See the lessons and the growth that was in that and value that. Boy, it's so valuable, that growth. That's why we're here. We came for the growth. Our life purpose is to learn, grow, and evolve from the experiences we have while we're here. How the hell are we going to learn if everything's happy and easy? Come on. If we wanted happy and easy all the time, we wouldn't have come to Earth. We would have gone to a completely different dimension, a completely different place where it was all easy peasy, but we wouldn't get any work done. And we came to be here at this special time because magic's happening in the world all around us. You just have to see it. Train yourself to see it. So the 9 years out with the old to make way for the new, tweaking whatever needs to be tweaked and upgrading and improving. Looking back at the past 9 years, looking back at the past purely for the purposes of looking how far you've come and the lessons behind them and the experiences themselves. Accept, acknowledge, accept, understand, and release. Because it's in that acknowledging and that acceptance and that understanding you're able to then release it. And it's in that understanding, acceptance, and releasing that you open yourself up for new, better things. Yeah, that's how it works. Out with the old to make way for the new. And that's the zone you're in. Okay, if there's things that need to come to an end, whether it's the end of a job, the end of a relationship, the end of a period of time where you've been engaging in habits that are not healthy for you, now is the year to knock it on the head. But for the month of August, you're in an 8-month, yay! And this is a very powerful month for you for Law of Attraction and Manifestation. Get on YouTube, Google Law of Attraction, Abraham Hicks. Find out more about the manifestation process so that you can become very clear on how this all works and be understanding of how the universal laws work. The law of frequency, the law of vibration, the law of manifestation. All of these laws, the law of compensation. There are so many universal laws. You don't have to know them all. But in this month, if you can understand the intricate details behind the law of attraction, and Sandra Ann Taylor's book, Quantum Success, is one of the most powerful ways to learn it because she's so detailed. But it's very easy to understand and very easy to read, but very life-changing and powerful stuff. Really get to know it because this is a month for you where if you can understand the intricate details of the law of attraction, you can use it to your advantage and start manifesting things and attracting better things in your life, improving your health, improving your circumstances, being in synchronicity with life itself. Do you know one of the best ways to do that? Is to be happy. Is to be grateful for what's already right in your life, for what's already good in the world, for what's already good in your life. Taking the time out to acknowledge it. Taking the time out to make yourself feel happy. Forcing yourself, if you just want to be that down in the dumps, just go, look, there must be something outside my window that's beautiful. Even if it's some patch of grass or a tree. Isn't it magical how this tree lasts all weather and how beautiful it is? Look at the tones and the colours of those greens. There is so much to be happy about if you choose to be happy. It's all about you being in the driver's seat of your life. And that's the combination of numbers you're in. Because you attract what you focus your attention on the most. So if you want to attract better things, you focus most your attention on how many better things exist in the world. Even if they're not your better things, they're just better things that exist. That's all you need to do. And be consistent in that. all right? Because the 8th month that you're in is also about self-empowerment and not allowing yourself to be disempowered by anything or anyone. And anything can mean limiting beliefs, fears, worries, other people that are domineering you. They feel that you can't quite break free. So it's about you being strong, you being independent, you being courageous, you being positive, and using that all to your advantage so you can improve your life and have a great month. So I'll leave that with you now, and I will say goodbye. And I'll be here on the 1st of September for your forecast for September, and I wish you a fantastic month of August. Bye.